I did a thing.
You did a thing?
I Googled what is luxury in Sarasota because I think that word is thrown around probably too much. And today's video is all about what really is luxury in Sarasota, Florida.
It's kind of hard to. We'll talk about it later. We'll get into it. We'll get into it. We're going to talk about luxury and market stats.
Yeah, the end of the month. It's time
Yeah.
for the end of the month again. So please stay tuned. All right, you guys. I never Googled what does luxury in Sarasota mean, and this is what it said. Basically, it starts at $2 million, and then the premium luxury market is 5 to 20. I would argue over 20 now. So,
but let me ask you a question: if a house is $1.8 million, you don't consider that luxury? I do.
Yeah, I mean, right. I think it depends on the neighborhood. If it's $1.8 million with acreage, or it's $1.8 million west of the trail, it's just different.
It's different for everyone. Let's face it. I mean, if you're making $5 million a year, luxury is one number. If you're making 50 grand a year, luxury is a different number. I mean, in today's market, we used to, back in the day, when we were at Sotheby's in 2008, I remember working on our website, and luxury at that time, we were considering like 700,000, $1 million.
I was going to say $1 million.
It was right around that area because you could, $700,000 house in 2006 is probably $3 million now, whatever.
Yeah.
So back then, luxury was, we had this conversation back then, like what is luxury? And at that time, say 800,000 was considered luxury, but now, not so much.
Right.
I would, just a gut, I would say anything above 2 million, but it's kind of hard to tell someone that's got a house that's, $1.8 million, $1.9 million and say, well, this isn't really a luxury house. But I don't know. It's very subjective.
Like Lakewood Ranch versus west of the trail, you're going to get very different product for $1.8 million, $2 million. Let's just go off the 2 million.
Yeah.
That's why I get stuck because it's different. 2 million out in Mayaca, we're going to have a nice sprawling ranch. That is luxury as well, right?
Well, okay, here's another thing to consider. Like, is luxury just about price? Because you can have a $2 million dump on the water, and there's nothing luxurious about that property other than the fact that the land is on the water, but it is a dump for all intents and purposes. And then you go $2 million, like she said, east, and you have this gorgeous home. So,
well, I mean, I just sold and closed. I could talk about it now. The vacant Gulfront lot on Minnesota. Well, it closed at $950. Is that not luxury? That is a premium Gulfront lot that is going to be, that owner is going to build, I'm sure, a very luxurious home. Right? It's going to be worth probably at least $3.5, $4 million at least. It could be brand new. It'll be have all the
Is it a luxury lot though? It is a luxury lot because it is a lot that a lot of people would like to have, and it's if you take lot prices, it's near the top. But now it's Minnesota, so it's a different price range than Sarasota, but it is beachfront.
Correct.
Right. Beachfront. So that's the pinnacle. The beach.
And that lot on Siesta would be a different price than it would be on Longboat or Anna Maria Island.
Dramatically,
so it's just very, again, real estate's hyper local. But then Google also said it went a little further, defining characteristics, and it actually outlined top luxury neighborhoods.
In Sarasota.
What would you?
Lido Shores.
Oh, that's Bird Key, Lido Shores.
Bird Key, Lido Shores. Behind the gates of Longboat Key Club, what's that, Regent Court, right?
Yep, St. Regis. Well, St. Regis is condo.
That's a condo, but and then you're gonna have Bay Isles on Longboat Key. You're gonna have Sanderling Club.
Oh yeah, Siesta.
Sanderling Club on Siesta, Casey Key. Those
Harbor, and then it
Harbor
says
Acres,
Harbor
Cherokee
Acres,
Park. Yep.
And the Oaks and the Founders Club.
Yep.
Right? And distinguishing between, it's all, I think too, it's luxury's in the eye of the beholder, right? What do they want? They want either the beach or the bay? Do they want golf? Of course, the Oaks is premium golf community, which is in Osprey. So a lot of variation in what's luxury here.
Yeah, concession. It's another one. So, I mean, they're all, we'd consider luxury neighborhoods that just serve different lifestyles.
I went and looked at specific properties over 2 million. So what I did is low, median, and high for the luxury segment here. So the lowest at 2 million, 2500 Monterey Street in the 34231 zip code. So for 2 million, you're getting 3-bed, 3-bath with a pool built in 1986 on a 3rd acre.
See, I would not.
Is that luxury?
I wouldn't say so. I mean, it's not an A-rated blue chip neighborhood. Nothing wrong with the neighborhood. It's a good neighborhood.
Well, it says rebuilt down to the studs in 2023.
Let's just talk neighborhood for a second.
Okay.
I know Glencoe. I sold a house in Glencoe many years ago. I would not put it on the spectrum of Bird Key, Lido Shores, Country Club Shores,
totally,
Bay Isles, any of that. I haven't seen the house. I don't know the house.
It says waterfront. Oh, it's Philippi Creek, so it's different water.
Yeah, so it's different water.
Well, if someone says, if they fly in...
I don't want to beat this one up.
If someone
it's probably
flies,
overpriced.
Well, hang on. If someone flies in and they're like, I want the most premium location and view, that might not be on the list.
I would say, yes. Is it luxury? I can think of some more luxurious neighborhoods.
Agreed.
You know, it is kind of west of the trail, down south by the Siesta Key or Stickney Point area.
Right.
I'm sure it's
it wouldn't
$2 million. I'm sure it's a nice house.
It wouldn't land in your top 5, right? Or top 10.
Neighborhoods?
Right. No. So also there were 136 homes that we picked from on this list. So low, median, high. What's interesting about this list is the median is not as high as I would have thought it would be, which was 3.95 million. But this one puts you on Siesta Key, on Freeling, Bay Isle shores.
Good.
Okay.
Bay Island. It's a good.
I said Bay Isle because I'm still Longboat. 4-bedroom, 4.5 bath, built-in 54.
It's land value.
Right, for 3.95. It's been on the market 90 days as of the date of this filming.
Yeah.
And then
that's a premium location.
And where do you think the highest priced
house?
Yeah.
Where do I think the highest priced house is? Lido Shores.
See if you know. No, it's on Siesta.
On
the
Siesta,
one for $29.9.
Yeah.
$29 million, almost $30 million. On Siesta Key, the address 3990 Heigl Avenue. You get a brand new house, no shock there. 7 bedrooms, 8 bathrooms, 3 half bathrooms, 6-car garage, pool. I was gonna say without a pool. Although there's a house on Minnesota that just came off the market for 7.7, no pool on the beach side. Well, Gulf to Bay. So it's interesting.
It's crazy what the prices have done over the years. I remember not too long ago, it's pre-COVID, $8-9 million on Casey Key was a decent sized sale. That's still a big sale, don't get me wrong. But you've got $20-30 million houses out there now. Which, if you think about it, you look at Naples, you look at Palm Beach, you look at Jupiter, you look at some of the other areas of the state, the rich areas of Miami where all the billionaires are going. Sarasota is still, luxury-wise,
affordable,
still less expensive.
Yeah. And we're not Palm Beach. We're not, like you said, Jupiter. We're not Fort Lauderdale. We're different.
Yeah.
But we also have, and we didn't touch on this, but we've got the Waldorf Astoria. They broke ground already with the Zenith building. Uh-huh. And the penthouse up there is going for $30 million. So it's like $30 million seems to be the number because our highest sale to date in Sarasota County was the one that Judy Keppett sold behind the gates there for $30 million. And then we've got several 15 creeping in. We got,
do you think
to be like the upper
you think they'll sell that condo at $30 million? I don't know I'm sure it's the whole floor. It's not directly on the water.
It's 10,000 square feet.
It's not directly on the water. It will have broken up views of the water. Maybe they'll get over some of the other buildings, but it's
So they're
not
100
directly
feet.
on the water. It's back. It's interior. So there's going to be some obstructions.
So the Waldorf interior city with open bay views is 100 feet higher than the highest building here. But like, what about in 5 years or 10 years? The next building's going to be also 100 feet higher. You know,
Here?
so you just don't know.
Oh, they have restrictions on height.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, this one's 100 feet higher than the highest building now. So in the future, could that become obstructed? Is the point?
Oh, yeah.
So we just don't know.
This Waldorf Astoria is going to be 100 feet higher than the tallest building.
Yes.
Okay, so they will have.
The penthouses will have.
They'll be above all the other buildings. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So yeah, they will have nice views. It'll be gorgeous views.
So 30 million seems to be like the kind of the peak right now in 2026 as far as asking prices. Well, in the sold price too. So we'll see. But yeah, this is the full list. A lot on Bird Key, Harbor Acres, Lido, even one on Indian Beach. Indian Beach is interesting because it's a very unique, artsy area. You do have to pass. Yeah, you do have to pass some lower value homes to get to the high value ones on the water.
Uneven.
You call it uneven.
Inconsistent. Yeah. But I'll be honest with you, I sold one on Indian Beach Drive many years ago, and I think at the time it was about $3 million, and they liked that it was uneven. They were European, and they didn't like a super consistent neighborhood. Whatever. I mean, everyone has their own tastes.
That's an area where I always tell clients, and I always will continue to drive through and make sure you're comfortable with that diversification in property types, values, architectural styles. I like differing architectural styles.
Yeah.
But there's not the continuity that you would see like Lido Shores, St. Armand's Circle, like. Even though there's no like architectural review board, it's like there's consistency in terms of like valuations of properties. Whereas like Indian Beach areas, it's artsy fartsy. And then you could walk, a block down and there's like a motel. So it's true.
A seedy motel.
It's literally
maybe
true.
Not one block, maybe
it's
two.
Seedy, not just a motel. Like when you walk outside and then your room. And it's
the Buy High Hut.
Well, yeah. I don't know what you're talking about. I've never been there.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, back in the day. So, what else? Yeah, there's 39 homes from 10 million to 29. Well, 30 million. Oh, Oyster Bay is another great neighborhood. I love that neighborhood.
Yeah, that's a good neighborhood.
Cozy.
We have a lot of good neighborhoods, and what's kind of interesting about the geography of Sarasota. You've got the mainland of Sarasota, and then you've got the barrier islands. We've got Longboat Key, Lido Key, Siesta Key, and there is a wide body of water which offers a lot of water view properties.
Right.
Okay, on both sides. You go down to Naples. Now, I like Naples, love it, it's great. But they don't really have that. They've got a lot of beach. They got a lot more beachfront. Okay. And they got a little bit of some bodies of water down there, but it's not this massive water view that we have here. So it's just interesting to see how the geography of an area offers more luxury properties. Well, actually, Naples is more expensive than Sarasota,
right? And that's good for us.
Yeah, but you can get houses along both sides that offer amazing views, amazing water views, which is not every market offers that, is what I'm trying to say.
But you know what's so great about Sarasota? Of course, we're partial, but every island from Anna Maria to Minnesota is kind of like where the office kind of handles business.
Yeah.
They're all super different and super unique. I mean, Anna Maria, you can be on the golf cart, but it's a lot of high turnover rental properties. Longboat's like fancy schmancy, has the golf course, the more gated.
It's a little more pristine.
Yeah. Siesta Key is like, I just say Jimmy Buffett.
Bohemian.
Right? Relax.
Bohemian, right. Yes.
And just sort of everything in between.
Yeah, we have a lot of diversity. I mean, you've got Casey Key with mostly just single-family homes, really no condos to speak of. Mm-hmm. Very private, very quiet. And then everything she just said. Yeah. Basically, there's a lot of, it's not There's a lot of diversity. If you are a bohemian, Jimmy Buffett type, jet ski's probably more your speed. If you are more of the St. Regis type, then maybe a longboat would be more your speed. So,
but like if you're out with a buyer over the years, haven't you found like a buyer just tends to gravitate toward one over the other pretty quickly? It's not like you have to spend days and days in each location. Like they just know, and that's like one fits their lifestyle more than the other very quickly.
1,000%.
And then they move around that island. Either they're upgrading or downsizing, or whatever the case is. So.
100%.
So last but not least, because it's that time, it's almost we're not the end of the summer yet.
Unfortunately, no.
You know what's funny? Because we talk about how hot it is here, and someone's like, "Hey, what is it like in Florida in the summertime?" What was the meme?
Hey, it was. What's it like in Florida in August? And the response was, "Well, have you ever been cremated?" So, but in all reality, though, if you check temperatures of other parts of the country, like my son is doing an internship in Montgomery, Alabama, and it's equally as hot there. Equally as hot there as Florida. At least we get a little bit of a breeze. The problem is our summers just last longer.
Yeah.
They really do. Yeah.
It's great. Anyway.
It's great.
It's great. You just get used to it, I guess, or you travel.
Or you have multiple homes and you're not here.
Do you?
No, but I would love to have a place I'd love to have a place in the mountains.
Well, this is when we travel or try to travel.
Yeah.
So talking stats, I tend to like to go directly to inventory. And before we get to the actual number here, I had an interesting conversation with someone who's considering selling 2 spec homes in Lakewood Ranch, definitely considered more the upper tier luxury. And I said to the person, well, pricing is going to be interesting because you've got a couple things. You've got inventory. What's the inventory like? What are you competing with? And what is the builder offering? So not only do you have an inventory question, but the builder competition. Can you compete with the builder? And the builder's incentives if you use their in-house lender and title. So it's not just price in that case. It's
always price. It's always price, totally. But the reality is your price has to be more aggressive or at least match the builder and whatever they're offering, because the reality is people want new homes and they prefer to have a new home versus a lived-in home, especially if it's in the same location.
Yeah.
So out there, it's it can be quite challenging to sell a house when the builder is still building, because a lot of people are just going to go to the builder and say, give me the brand new house versus the used house with I need caulk and I need some paint touch up and I need this and this and this. If they're gonna go after that house, it probably has to be a better value or equal value.
Now I will say he will have a benefit if the builder doesn't have any move-in ready non-lived-in homes now. That would be a big selling point. So yes, it's always price, but it's also inventory. So bringing us to where inventory is now, we are down from this time last month. Last month we reported 4.4. This month is 4.1. What does that tell you just without?
It tells me, well, I know our sales are up year over year. I'm talking year over year. She's talking month over month. Mm-hmm. Sales are up year over year. Okay, so the inventory is getting eaten up. But not only that, I think a lot of sellers are just taking their property off the market because they just had unrealistic prices. They unrealistic asking prices, unrealistic expectations. Those people are finally caving and saying, because we're at 4.1 as of June, right, for single family homes in Sarasota County. It wasn't too long ago when we were at 8 or 9 months. And it's partly because things are selling, but I think it's a lot of it is the sellers are just throwing in the towel saying, I'm not getting what I probably paid for. I paid this and it's worth this. Mm-hmm. It's an unfortunate reality in this market, but that's how markets work. They go up and they go down. So I think it's a combination of sales and people just taking their stuff off the market, which is great.
Yeah.
That's what we need.
Well, some people are doing the 30 or 60 day reset and waiting until October 1st. or they're saying I'm going to wait until January when the market will be better. But like, I don't know about you, but I'm not Nostradamus. You don't know if it's going to be better or worse.
Yeah, I get a little frustrated when people say that, because so many people will hang their hat on the season, what we call the winter.
We don't have seasons anymore.
Well, we do. I mean, we are busier. We are busier in the beginning of the year. We are.
I was.
Well, not you, but I'm talking as a market. Right. We are busy. Yeah, she's busy. We are busier in the beginning of the year. We always sell more real estate. A lot of our transactions are April, May, June, because that's, when they close. They bought it here and they close here. So, but with that being said, it's just an excuse to basically say, I'm going to try it again in the season and I'm still going to overprice it. And it's like, you're overpriced. It doesn't matter when you try to sell it.
Well, I mean, you too, and our office as a whole, I think we've had a great summer. I tend to go against the grain. I don't know if it's my last name, like I'm just a twit, it's just fitting, but like I generally do have exceptional, I don't, because I work hard throughout the summer too, and that's probably a thing. But no, I've always had good luck in the summer, definitely for the last 7-8 years in a row. July, and you've had a busy summer too.
I mean, the office has been a little bit busy. We've been fortunate, and I mean, you can't take any one agent or any one office and use that as a barometer for the market, because you just can't do that. It's not smart. But you got to look at the whole market.
But don't you think? Okay, we're at 4.1 months.
Yeah.
People that are serious are going to buy. If they didn't see what they wanted in season and all of a sudden they're like, oh my gosh, this house popped up in the summer. I'm going to fly down in August where I'm being cremated. I'm willing to go get cremated. So, and properties do move like that, especially too if I'm like the second or the third agent on a listing and we're just more realistic on pricing and they want to sell and they don't want to wait, you have less competition. Do you want more competition or less? Like, it's not necessarily, I would not poo-poo listing in the summer.
Not at all. When she and I started in this business, there was a dramatic difference between season and summer, and there still is. Don't get us wrong. But it is a lot more consistent now because we have all the thousands and thousands of properties in Lakewood Ranch that even that out, where people are moving during the summer,
for school, schools,
and there's less of a seasonal influence on this market.
Yeah.
I mean, there's still obviously a seasonal influence, but it's not as dramatic as it used to be.
Well, traffic-wise slows down like end of April, starting in May, which is a reprieve for people that are here full-time and we can go to our restaurants without having to wait, but real estate, transactionally speaking, I just think defer to your agent, look at the inventory, it's inventory pricing, it's staging, it's all those things that we talk about all the time, problem solving. I did a whole video about it because I was like, I basically am a firefighter. I see a little ember. I'm like, oop, that's a little fire starting. I try to put those fires out in advance so that it saves my clients. Well, what else do you want to talk about on this list?
I think just overall, year over year, median single family Sarasota homes, prices are up 8%, inventory down 35%, closed sales up 15%. Condos, again, are down.
So what I would say to a seller, if you own a single family home in Sarasota County, at 4.1 months, I would consider selling or listing or calling because, again, do you want more competition or do you want less competition? So...
sorry, a little interruption
got
here.
Some action in here.
Yeah, we keep it real here. So if I was inclined to sell right now with inventories, I had a single family home, I wouldn't be afraid to list it.
If nobody was listed on your block, I'd be like, yeah, let's do it. You're priced well. We've got it staged. Before all the neighbors come on, I would definitely consider it.
I think that if I was looking to sell, I'd absolutely list right now. I have no problems with it whatsoever.
Good. Go against the grain.
Yeah,
Don't follow everybody else.
Well, I mean, we have transactions every single month in this market.
And if the timing is best for you, consult with your agent, like talk through it. Why are you really wanting to move? Why are you needing to sell? It all matters.
That's more important than trying to time the market. Because yes, if every house in your neighborhood is for sale, or you know what I mean, like say 10 to 15%, which is a lot. Maybe wait. But if you're the only guy in that neighborhood,
it's a great position to be in.
It really is, you know. And again, regardless of what's happening in the market, price still the value and price are so important regardless of what's going on in the market. You really have to look at what's happening in your specific neighborhood, your condo building, what's selling, what's not selling.
And when we say like when I always say like price at $1 under to sell it, it's not because I want the quick commission. It's not. It actually is to get the highest possible price, because you're going to tend to get less days on the market, garner higher prices, just generally speaking. So it's the ultimate goal when a seller is like, oh, let's just do $1 under, and you're just like, yes, you know, and it ends up selling quickly.
If you are trying to sell, remember, I hear this, we hear this a lot. Oh, we have time. That's not a good strategy. You don't want to be on the market for 2 years. Right. Like, have you ever, unless the market's rising, okay, well, that's a different story. Let's just say the market prices are staying the same. Being on the market for 6 months, a year, 2 years is not a good strategy.
No.
It's really not, because
it's psychologically not. The buyer's like,
buyers get scared.
How come nobody else
why isn't it selling? Why am I going to get stuck with that house? If I want to sell down the road, am I going to get stuck?
It's very psychological.
It really is. And you have to, ideally, you want to sell it right away. That's when you have the most leverage. In the transaction, because you know if you're begging someone to come and buy your house after it's been on the market for a year, who's begging who?
You're not knocking down your door, right?
Yeah, the seller's like, please buy us. You know, it's not a position you really want to be in. So
if you own a luxury home, or just a home in Sarasota, Manatee, or Charlotte counties, or a condo, or a villa, or a land, I mean, we run the gamut on duplex. We got you, right? Duplexes. I sold a duplex, well, a 2-unit side by side on Venice Island. It was gorgeous.
I'm trying to think if I ever sold a duplex. I'm not sure.
We don't have many. First of all,
we don't have a lot of them here.
There's not many here.
Bradenton
and some of them are not in very good areas, so we don't sell those types of areas or properties generally.
Well, sometimes.
Well, we don't want. That's not our.
It's not our.
Our focus is on
not our forte.
Better areas and better properties for our clients for resale. But sometimes, a lot of the duplexes are just generally not in great areas, but like the one on Venice Island was great. But so they're outliers.
Yeah, obviously anything near the beach is probably a decent.
We don't do commercial, but I've got some great commercial agents that I refer to that are wonderful.
We've done some commercial, but it's not it's not our area of expertise. Who cares about what we do? What other words of wisdom can you give to these people?
You call us because your house is as unique as you, because it really is. You know, nothing beats someone walking through your home. We're not Zillow. We're not an algorithm. This is what we do. We walk through homes and we sell them, and we know our market. We know our inventory. We know pricing, unlike a computer. Or AI.
Yeah. I wonder. Let's ask a question. We're 29 minutes into this, almost 30 minutes into this.
We're going to edit though.
What is luxury to you guys? What is that number? What in Sarasota, Bradenton, what is the price that you consider luxury?
I think we're going to get some, not hate, but comments about like Sarasota's become more expensive.
Let's talk about that real fast. Real fast.
Okay,
we're at 492 single family home, 492,000. Okay. I think in the country, depending on who you look at, who you listen to, it's right around 430, 440. We're not dramatically different than. So, yes, if you go to the boondocks of maybe Kentucky or Tennessee, yes, it's definitely going to be cheaper. But we are not that much more expensive than the median price in the country.
Yeah.
Now we're going to get a lot of hate for that. It's like it's too expensive. They don't pay wages here. All that stuff. Look at the averages. Do your own homework.
And guess what? We're doing some interesting things potentially with our homestead tax, which would be a nice savings, right, for people that own their primary residences. I did read something about that too. Like they're trying to cap the investment or second home properties because it's currently up no more than 10% per year to no more than 5% as part
for
of that.
Second homes.
Correct, which would be great. Also, if that passes as part of the bill.
I'd have to read it. I'd have to see the details. I don't know.
I saw that sneak into one of my little tidbits of information. I was like, oh, I didn't know that would potentially be a thing.
It's a moving target. I think they're changing it, but we'll see. We'll see how that all pans out. I think that we should have probably a little relief because. We could get into this is another topic for another video.
About this, but we'll get into it more.
But the reality is, I mean, you give a government more money, they will find a way to spend it, even if it's not needed.
Frivolously.
Yes.
But we'll get into it more as we learn more, and if there's something breaking too that we can dive further into. I mean, we're not here to be breaking news anchors, but like if it comes out that this would be just a definitive, then of course we'll talk more about it. But if you need advice on where to buy or when to sell, you call me 941-544-7690.